You've probably heard the question, will AI replace my job? And I don't think that's a very good question because it's too big and too broad of a question. It really doesn't take into consideration what a job is. A job isn't one thing. A job is usually multiple different tasks that make up that job, a lot of discrete small things that add up to a job. So the real question that we should probably be asking is, what aspects of my job will AI replace? What aspects of my job will AI enhance? And what aspects of my job remain uniquely human and cannot be replaced by AI? Well, that's what we're going to talk about in this video. In this video, I'm sharing with you how we can take AI and a job task checklist, combine the two to get a clearer understanding of how AI can help us in our work, how AI can make us better in our jobs, and how AI really won't replace our jobs. Hey everybody, my name's Frank, and I've been working in technology and teaching technology for many years now. And I've seen a lot of cycles of technology where there's a lot of excitement about the possibilities of technology, and then things calm down a little bit and we start thinking about the actual practical application of technology to purpose. In this video, we're going to focus on exactly that by looking at AI in relation to job tasks. What is a job task checklist? If we're going to use AI in order to gain efficiencies in the organizations we work for, then we're going to have to get very granular and understand very specifically what is being done by every position in the organization. If you've worked in human resources, or if you've done any type of curriculum development or learning design, then you may be familiar with a job analysis where we look at the high-level skills that are important for every position within an organization. And these skills can encapsulate a lot of micro tasks that are important for that skill. For example, if you are a project manager, you need to be able to manage projects. But managing projects might involve things like updating a Gantt chart or inputting time values or whatever the case may be. They're discrete little tasks that you need to be able to do that altogether equal project management. And that's exactly what a job task checklist seeks to capture. We want to go in and capture all of those little tasks that we do that comprise a job so that we can break them down and place them into 3 distinct buckets. What we're going to do is we're going to look at 3 ways that we can use AI, or really 2 ways we can use AI and 1 way that we cannot. The 3 distinct buckets are completely AI automated. Tasks that we can use AI either through agentic AI, through automation tasks, or through some other mechanism to completely automate. And there's a lot of buzz about that bucket. That's the bucket that everybody's worried will come and take away our jobs. That's the bucket that everybody's trying to take advantage of. They have AI agencies. That's the fully automated AI bucket. The second bucket is probably the more common bucket for AI, and that's where we use AI to enhance or improve the way that we're doing a specific task. And it could be that AI gives me 5% improvement, or it could be that AI gives me 90% improvement, but somewhere on a continuum, AI will be able to help me with the task in order so that I can do it quicker, faster, more efficiently, or with more accuracy. And then, of course, there's that third bucket, which are the human attributes, where AI simply cannot do the things that humans can do. Things that require empathy, things that require experience, things that require the human aspects of what makes up work. So we really have those 3 buckets. We have full AI automation, we have partial AI automation, and really AI enhancement, and we have human-only tasks. Let's take a look at a job task checklist and how we might break that down. Now imagine, of course, that we're going to have hundreds of tasks for any one specific job. It does take a while to put those together, but once we do this exercise, we'll really be able to start unlocking where AI can provide efficiency and where we can have humans do the things that they do best. Let's take a look at an AI job task checklist. So with a job task checklist, what we're going to do is we're going to create a couple of columns. You could do this on an Excel spreadsheet, piece of paper, whatever works for you. So the first thing we're going to do is create a place where we can list the different tasks that are part of our job. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go in and look at how frequently we perform those tasks. This is important because automating something that occurs frequently is a good thing to do. We'll look to see whether or not we can align AI with it. We'll ask why there's a good fit here. And then finally, we'll look at what tools we can use. So let's have a look here. We can divide that up. Just keep it a little bit neat here. Again, you can do this with Excel or with a tool of your choice. So when we look at tasks, let's take a look at a task. For example, let's say one of my tasks is I have to grade quizzes. So I'm going to be doing some grading and I'm choosing to grade quizzes here. So I have to grade a quiz. And let's say I have a number of classes, so I have to do this daily. And let's say it takes about 2 hours to do this type of marking. And really it depends on the type of marking, but here I'm just dealing with quizzes. Well, something like this, I can fully automate. So this is something where I can do full automation with AI. It's something that I can do. And the reason for this is because when it comes to quizzes, it's really something that, these are multiple choice quizzes, for example. It's all automated, so it's something that's very rules-based. Answer A, answer C, answer D. The tool that I could use to do this automation could, of course, be a number of tools, but one of the things is a lot of times we have automatic grading within an LMS. So a learning management system often has automatic grading built into it. I don't have to build a ChatGPT agent for this, right? Could be built into my learning management system. Now, the other type of task that I might have could be something like maybe I need to draft some sort of engagement activity. So I'm doing some sort of engagement activity. Maybe I'm going to do something like a Jeopardy game or a bingo game, something that's going to get my students excited to be in class. And this might be something I do weekly. So I might have some sort of activity that I want to do every week, and I'll use it several times throughout the semester. And the question, can AI do this? In this case, AI can really only enhance this. And the reason why AI can't automatically do this is because this task isn't just following rules or logic. It requires me to have some sort of creativity. So I have to come up with the engagement activity. I can add that to the structure that AI can provide. So AI can act as a way of enhancing my ability to create this. Tools that I could use here, I could use ChatGPT, for example. I could use Copilot 365. There's all sorts of different tools that we can use to do this. Okay, so that's an example of a task that AI can enhance. Maybe it can do 70% of the work, maybe it can do 5% of the work. And then finally, I might have tasks like coaching or doing some sort of mentoring. And this is really human-to-human activity. So this might be something I do on an ad hoc basis. I don't do it every day, but I'm helping students, I'm mentoring them. And this is something that becomes really a human activity. Now I could have gone here and done different colors, red for AI, yellow for enhance, and green for human. And here I could say, okay, the reason why this is a human-only activity is because it requires empathy. So it requires true empathy, and it requires a real sense of experience and maybe a connection to the person. And the tool I use there is human. So there's no real tool that I use here. The tool is human. So we're going to just use my human capabilities, and that's not really a tool per se, but it really indicates that that's something that can only be done by a human. So you can see I've got my fully automated, my AI enhanced, and my human-only activities. So I have a very good perspective on that job and how AI fits into that work. There are two traps that I see people falling into when it comes to AI. The first trap is the trap of denial, where people think that AI can't do anything. They look for cases where AI makes mistakes, where it hallucinates, where it gives false citations, where it doesn't do a good job. And those cases exist. But there are a lot of cases where we can use AI to automate mundane tasks, to automate things that are well-known with well-known results. There's the saying that AI won't replace you, somebody using AI will replace you. That saying's been around for a little bit now, and it has some truth to it, but that's a trap. When we deny ourselves to think that AI has value, when we try to push it away, we're in danger of falling into the trap of denial. The second trap that people fall into is the exact opposite, where people think AI can do everything. All my problems can be solved by AI. The machines will take care of us. It can do everything that a human can do faster, better, more efficiently. Well, we know that's not the case, and we're seeing this more and more as people try to put AI solutions into scenarios where AI solutions don't really work. What this does mean is that reality lies in between. If we have our three buckets of automating what we can automate, augmenting what we can augment, and just being human when we need to be human, I think we're in a much better position to use AI effectively and efficiently. So here's my challenge to you. Take your job and write down the tasks that are part of your job. This should take less than an hour. Just write down about 20 different tasks. For every task, code anything that can be automated with a red. Code anything that can be augmented with AI as a yellow, and code anything that's a human-only activity with green. I think you'll be surprised how many green and yellow activities there are. There will be things that can be automated, but there are many more things that can only be augmented and a lot of things that can only be done by humans. You might be pleasantly surprised, and then you'll never have to ask the question, will AI take my job? Because you'll have a mechanism, you'll have a tool, and you'll have a method to understand your job in a way that allows you to use AI without being replaced by AI. There are so many fun things you can do down below, like hit the like button, comment, hit subscribe, so many options. Thank you so much for watching. You might like this video, and we'll see you next time.